Okay, wow. Breaking news out of the NHL. Montreal Canadiens fire MARC BERGEVIN as well as other parts of the organization. Trevor Timmins, Paul Wilson, Mellenby resigned last night, and Jeff Gorton is going to become I believe, the VP of Hockey Ops. So, pretty crazy. Massive breaking news in the NHL. So, we're going to pull up some stuff on Twitter. If you're on the replay, hit that subscribe button, drop a like. Wow. Massive, massive, massive. I'll be making a video to break down everything going on in the Montreal Canadiens organization. Ironic enough, this is, ironically, Montreal coming off a win. This is not Montreal coming off an embarrassing loss where it's a situation where, okay, things need to happen now after that loss. They just won. They just beat Pittsburgh. So, really interesting how this bomb happens on a Sunday. And all of this is going on. So, MARC BERGEVIN, bye-bye. And here's what I'll say. A lot of Montreal Canadiens fans told me that there was no way they were going to fire MARC BERGEVIN in season. And I said, who knows? Because I thought one of them was going to get the boot. Whether it was BERGEVIN or Ducharme, one of the guys were going to get the boot. And I guess in this perspective, with everything going on and Jeff Gorton coming in, there's two question marks for me. One, what's the leash on Ducharme right now? What is kind of the room for error for Ducharme? My second question would be, what is their, I would say, flexibility with potentially bringing in a non-French speaking GM? There would be a lot of backlash. A lot of people, I would love to, we're live right now. I would love to know the thoughts in the comment section, in the live chat right now. If you guys think there's even a chance that Montreal brings a non-French speaking GM in. Because right now they're bringing in Gorton, who, as far as I know, doesn't. But he's going to be VP of Hockey Ops. But he's been a GM. He knows how to be a general manager in the National Hockey League. So that's the interesting part for me. I would say at the end of the day, I think Montreal has made the changes. I mean, a lot of fans were worried they were not going to make these changes. And in season, they just made those changes. So, the GM search is on. We're going to pull up some stuff from Twitter here and see what happens, because this is really interesting. I looking at my phone, I was like, there's no way this is all happening on a Sunday right now. So, guys, comment in the live chat. I want to give you guys all a shout out. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Massive news out of the NHL, of course. So let's read. We can, give me a sec here. All right, there we go. All right, so let's read this for now. And let me pull up chat. So I want to see what you guys are saying, of course. Because this was just all, it happened so fast, I just had to go live. Yeah. Hey, Fangirl with the 3, I really appreciate the dono. Thank you so much. What's up, kid? How's it going? Salty, Logan, Epiphany. Thanks for being here, guys. Okay, so MARC BERGEVIN, Trevor Timmins, Paul Wilson have been relieved of their duties. Obviously, Mellenby's not part of the organization as well anymore. Jeff Molson, owner, president, and chief executive officer of the Club de Hockey Canadien, has announced that MARC BERGEVIN, I'm not doing the French accent, executive vice president and general manager, Trevor Timmins, assistant general manager, as well as Paul Wilson, senior vice president, public affairs and communication, have been relieved of their respective functions, effective immediately. Insane. So, Mr. Molson has retained the services of Jeff Gorton, who will serve as executive vice president. So, in terms of hockey operations, Jeff Molson or Jeff Gorton is going to be taking over. At least for the very near future, they're going to look for a GM. I would imagine Gorton will be part of that process. And it does say Mr. Molson will address the media at 11 a.m. Tomorrow. I like Jeff Gorton a lot. I mean, I talked about it. Anyone that's been on this channel, I talked about Jeff Gorton's status with the Rangers. It was really shocking when the Rangers just made those moves. I think the Habs could have taken a couple pages out of the Rangers book. The Rangers were just so immediate on making changes when they didn't like it. Maybe a little too premature, but Montreal finally makes the changes. And you know what's? And I'll just pull up Twitter here because to me it's pretty crazy. like, Sid Sixero, sometimes, like, he's wilding with, like, tweets sometimes, but it is kind of interesting how there were so many years, I think, Habs fans wanted MARC BERGEVIN gone, and, like, the Habs were going to maybe, I don't know, move into a different direction, but it took, like, the Habs going to the Cup final, raising the expectations to an insane level for this upcoming year to basically either replicate that or just be a contender consistently. And now he gets fired. Like, they were literally in the Cup final not even, 5-6 months ago? And it's true. If he pulled that in other cities like Vancouver, Toronto, it would be like a massive deal. It would be. And I'm not saying it wasn't a massive deal in Montreal. I think a lot of people in Montreal appreciate what Bergevin did. Like, I was seeing yesterday on Twitter, because there was rumors of Bergevin getting the boot or Bergevin moving on. A lot of Habs fans were on Twitter making it known that they were really thankful for what Bergevin did. So, I think a lot of people are thankful and, like, they recognize what Bergevin did for this team, but at the same time, the direction with this team has always been a problem. The lack of direction. Not just the sense of we want to compete, we want to be a good team, but obviously Bergevin's always had that. He's always wanted the best for the Montreal Canadiens, but at some points there's been a lack of direction. There's just kind of been like, okay, sign guys, fill it up, hopefully this is a contending team. He's done that with a few players, right? He kind of did it, like, recently. He signed Anderson, he signed Toffoli, he signed Edmondson, he signed all these guys. And you know what? It ended up working around a team that built a lot of character. They had great leadership led by Weber and Price, and then they made it to the Cup final. But now you lost a lot of that leadership, and this team just not, like, it doesn't have it right now. It just doesn't. So we'll see. In the chat right now, guys, based on what you know, who do you want the Montreal Canadiens to hire as their next general manager? I'm very curious to what the fans think. My thoughts with the Montreal Canadiens right now is, again, I'm not going to go into the debate of speaking, like a French-speaking GM or a non-French-speaking GM. At the end of the day, I think the Montreal Canadiens need to commit to the rebuild that they have not done. And here's what I can say. You don't even have to call it a full-out rebuild. You can call it a retool because you have a Nick Suzuki. You have a Cole Caulfield. I don't care what people want to say about this certain criticism. You have Caulfield. You have Suzuki. You have Norlinder. You have Jake Evans, who's looked really good at times, who's still fairly young. You have Romanoff. You have Primo waiting in the wings. You have certain pieces where it's not like you're starting like really bad. I would call it a retooling, rebuild. I don't know. That's what I'm going to call it. Because I think it's not a full-out reset, rebuild, everyone on the team gone. Because you're not going to be able to trade some contracts here. And you're not going to be able to just trade everyone. I've made videos talking about it. There's probably, I would say, a handful of players on this team that could get traded in the next 12 months, 6 months. However, like whatever timeline you want to put out there. Obviously, a couple guys on the back end. Ben Sherratt could get moved. I could see, I don't know, Kulak getting moved. On the forward group, I don't know if they want to keep Johnny Duran. I would say they just acquired Dvorak, so maybe they keep him. But I would say that's still a possibility. I think they could trade a guy like Armia. I think they could trade a guy like Lehkonen. Outside of that, I think they want to keep Josh Anderson. The Gallagher one, leadership-wise, the contract's not really easy to trade. I guess Toffoli's potentially being traded as well. But, yeah, they got a lot of decisions. And they could make some moves this season, but they could also wait and see what happens, and then they could make a lot of moves before the draft and in the offseason. All right, let me just pull up chat on my main screen here and answer some questions. We got 150 in the chat, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new. Drop a like. Let us know what your thoughts are. Yeah, Evan, that's what I'm thinking too. I think Bergevin always wanted to win. I think the direction now they're going to try to go into is get some prospects, get some picks, get some assets back for some of these guys, and hit a little bit of a reset. Like I said, I'm calling it a retooling, rebuild. Not a full-out... I wouldn't call it a full-out rebuild because you have already some like franchise-altering pieces here. I still think Suzuki has such an insane ceiling. I think Caulfield can be... I've kind of compared his production possibly to DeBrincat. How's it going, Clay? Thanks for being here. What's up, Isles fan, Brady, Google, Adam, Ari, Days. Thanks for being here, guys. So Bergevin did great things for this team, but at the end of the day, I think you have to look at... you have to just recognize that, appreciate what he did, and then at the same time, realize that there needs to be more pieces built around the Suzuki, the Caulfield, Norlinder, Romanoff. There's not enough there for the long-term future right now. And I think there's moves that can be made to help that in a significant way. Because I think Habs fans are tired of the middle ground. Tired. I mean, again, you never want to just keep referring back to the Leafs here. But the Leafs did that for like 10 years, and it got them nowhere, right? From mid-2000s to mid-2010s. That's basically what they did every year. Montreal did make it to the Cup Finals. So that's why I'm saying, like, that was an outlier. I think there's no Habs fans, and I've said this, there was no Habs fans, there was no NHL experts, there was no people that were actually saying Montreal was going to win a couple rounds, let alone go to the Cup Final. Like, there was no one. If someone had that in their bracket, they did it as a joke. So, that was the outlier. And there's always going to be outliers. I mean, even the Dallas Stars, that run to the Cup Final when they faced Tampa, that was also an outlier. That no one expected that to happen either, basically. So, let's see. Okay, what is let's see. Yeah, so guys, so NHL Watcher, like it's what I'm talking about. It says Canadians also say one criteria for the next GM will to be speaking both French and English. So if you were hoping for a philosophy change there. Okay, let's see, what is Chris Johnson saying? Or it's a retweet, you said? Yeah, I saw Vander Kane on waivers, but what is this? What is this retweet? Wait, what? Why did Johnson retweet that? Yo, what? Okay, guys, I know we're talking about Montreal and Bergevin here. What, guys? We got to get investigation here. What is going on? Statement from Dan Milstein. Over the past few weeks, we've been discussing Evander Kane's return to San Jose. We were not surprised with the Sharks' decision to put him on waivers, and if he does clear, he will report to Barracuda. Evander is looking forward to resuming his NHL career this season. And Chris Johnson retweets Isles. What? He just retweets a fan saying hashtag Isles. What does Chris Johnson know? What? So Lou Lamoriello is desperate for the Isles to get the score and go. He's bringing in Vander Kane. Oh my. I don't even know if this is like legit. Is he trolling or did he do it by accident or what's going on? That's such a weird. When have we seen like an insider retweet a fan's reply to a tweet like that? He retweeted a fan's reply? What? Anyways, back to the Habs topic, but that's so weird. I've never seen that before. Statement from MARC BERGEVIN. All right, guys, let's see this. Okay, guys, look at this. Hello to all. Saying farewell to an organization like the Montreal Canadiens is not an easy thing to do. I want to leave the organization in the same way I came in, with a lot of pride. If there's one word that comes to mind right now, it is thanks. Thanks to everyone who, in one way or another... Okay, I mean, you guys can read this. This part, just saying thanks to everyone. The last year has been high in both emotions and learnings. You have witnessed my journey to leading the organization. Yeah, I want to see if there's anything like... Despite the fact that this journey is coming to an end, I am proud of the legacy I'm leaving within the organization. The current team is much better than the results show, and I am convinced that my successors will be able to rise to the challenge. It is with my head high and with unforgettable memories that I am leaving my role as general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. End of an era. Yeah, I can give the noti for Discord right now. I forgot to do that. But yeah, guys, I will be live tonight around like 7:45 Eastern time. How many people we got in the chat? Let's see. How many people? We got 185 people in here, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Keep giving your thoughts in the chat on what you think about this. Well, big news, breaking news, Bergevin. Yeah, big class act. Yeah, Gislin. I have a lot of respect for Bergevin, to be honest. I mean, people say what you want. Some people are going to make the comments, but this guy brought the Habs to a cup final. And, yeah. So, no interim GM right now. Jeff Gorton will be VP of Hockey Ops. I know a lot of people have talked about Patrick Waugh. Okay, I'll ask this, because a lot of people are talking about Patrick Waugh. Yay or nay for Patrick Waugh as GM of the Habs? If you think that's a possibility, if you think you'd want that, or I don't know. A lot of people want to see it. I mean, he'd bring the fire, that's for sure. Yeah, I am. Maple says, I'd like to take a moment to thank Marc Bergevin. He built the team we have and love right now. He's dedicated to this team, worked very hard. There you go, Maple. Respects. And I am seeing that. I know someone just commented that in the chat. A lot of people are saying that that Bergevin was just a great human, but not a great GM. So you guys, there's some people that just, in general, don't recognize anything good that Bergevin did, I guess. I don't know. Because he did do some good things for this team. I mean, you have to do something right if your team made it to the cup final. I mean, yes, there was some luck that went into it, some good bounces, but there's still a good, like, well-built team there. I mean, I'll highlight some moves for you guys. Maybe Bergevin let down in certain ways, but I mean, the Subban contract, not great, but he brought in Weber, who ended up being a great presence and leader on this team. The Deneau trade, that was such an underrated move, and he got Deneau in what was like not even, like Deneau was not even the focus part. He was not even the focal point of that trade, and he got a steal in getting Deneau. The Toffoli contract, bringing in Toffoli on a deal like that. The Pacioretty trade, to get that return, and now you have Suzuki and Norlinder to show for. Drafting Caulfield 15th overall. I mean, yeah, that was an easy selection in my opinion when he fell, but he made some bad moves. He signed a few bad contracts, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of moves there that he has to show for that were good moves. Maybe Gislin, yeah. What's up, Alex? Let's get 100 likes, guys. Hit that like button. It's free to like and subscribe and have that notification bell on. I know some people said the notifications didn't go out. If you have noties on, that definitely won't be a problem for the most part. All right. Alright, I just sent the Discord noti out. So, is there a lot of Habs fans in here that wanted Timmins to go primarily? Because I am seeing a lot of that in the chat right now and on Twitter. So you guys believe Timmins was the guy that had to go? Is that what I'm sensing? All right. All good, Moz. Yeah, I hope I'll see you guys more. What's up, Elias? Yeah, Jesse, that would, man, it would be a great storyline for Bergevin to return for sure. Would be a great storyline. Not Bergevin. Waugh. Did I say Bergevin? It would be a great storyline for Waugh to return to Montreal. I don't know if I said Bergevin. I'm lost. Ignore me. Let's see. What's up, Logan? What's up, Paul? All right, let's pull up Twitter again. Bergevin getting the boot. All right. Let's pull up some tweets. What's up, Lucas? Wait, Brian Russ is back on IR? Holy shit. But he came back and didn't even last like a couple weeks. Okay, so Jeff Gorton, VP Hockey Ops. He's running the hockey operations department. He's basically the new guy, the new GM, and will help manage the roster transactions. And is a more public figure that's bilingual. Oh, he is bilingual? No. I didn't think he was. I thought that was like the big thing when they were trying to bring in Gorton. Anyways, my point is, well, this person's reply is kind of, yeah, like, is that what it is here, guys? They're on paper, they're making him vice president of hockey ops, so they don't make him GM, so they don't get the backlash from people. Are you guys following? Like, if they officially made Jeff Gorton GM, so if they named Jeff Gorton GM and he can't speak French or doesn't speak French well, then there's going to be backlash because they always want the GM, like, or a lot of people want the GM to be a French-speaking general manager, like French and English. That's really interesting. Little theory there. Has Gorton ever won anything? I think Gorton wasn't he part of a team that won? No? I mean, that's always the mindset. Like, has he ever won anything? I'm curious. I actually don't even know this. I thought someone said, I thought I was reading something that, let's see. Because I know he was part of, like, another organization before the Rangers. Let me see. Oh, there you go. He was part of the Bruins organization. But he wasn't there when the Bruins won the Cup. So, yeah, he was the assistant general manager for a while with the Bruins. That's what it was. And then I guess he was interim GM for a second there, or what? And then he joined the Rangers organization. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I guess he hasn't won anything. But he was part of some good Rangers teams there, guys. I mean, yeah, I know you want, on paper, him to be a winner, but he was part of a really good run there for the Rangers for a couple of years there. Obviously, they didn't win, but yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of Avs fans want the winner tag. They want the guy that's a winner. So maybe the GM, official GM, will be a winner. All right, let me bring up chat again on my phone. And, like, obviously there's different guys there for the Rangers, but Gorton was, as Gabby just said, well, yeah, Gorton was massive in building those, like, Bruins teams in the 2010s, but also he was massive in building this new Rangers team. Like, tell me what Chris Drury actually did outside of bringing in, like, Reeves, Barkley, Goudreau. Like, most of that team that's shown right now for the New York Rangers that's doing so well this season, that's Jeff Gorton. Full out. Like, go look at the Rangers team up and down that lineup, and 80% of that roster is Jeff Gorton. Yeah, Cedric. It's always a debate. It's always a conversation with Montreal and general manager and coach. Days says just pre-write a French script after each game. Yeah, Alex, we already went over. I don't know. I guess you dipped out of the stream for a second. We already looked over Bergevin's statement. How's it going, Carter? What's up, Jesse? But yeah, guys, welcome. Let us know if you're a new viewer to the channel or you're a new subscriber. Let us know. Hope to see you guys more. I'll stay live here for another 10, 15 minutes. And then, yeah, make sure you go follow Hot Take Hockey on Twitter. But yeah, if you guys want to go see Bergevin's statement, it's on the Canadiens Twitter page. Hey, Muad, thank you so much for being here. I hope you subscribe. I hope to see you more. Have the notifications on. Thank you so much. Let us know who your favorite team is. What's up, Hockey Kid? Yes, King Carl. Hope everyone's having a good day in here. Tommy, I will be live tonight. Yeah, I'll be live in about 3.5 hours. I'll be live around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, in the chat, I'm curious. What's going to happen next? Like, first. Montreal names an interim or actual GM, because it's possible they just don't name a GM. Like, for the rest of the season, Jeff Gorton, kind of what I think some people are thinking, and I actually think this is a possibility. They could just leave it as is, go for a GM search, but don't rush it, and Jeff Gorton just act as the GM. So there's no title for the debate, because then people are going to start debating, going, oh, like, Montreal doesn't have a French-speaking GM. So I think they're just going to leave it as is maybe for a bit. But what I will say is, and ask you guys this question, do you think they're going to prioritize getting an interim GM or a guy that could be the GM, or do you think they're going to start making moves? Or do you think they're going to wait and see? Maybe that's the answer for you guys. Do they wait and see? They just came off a win against Pittsburgh. Maybe new leadership. I mean, Dom Ducharme's still here, but do they wait and see? Do they see if some wins can be strung together here? I don't know. I think you've put yourself in quite a bit, quite the hole. Quite a bit of a hole. So I think my perspective is like, you give it a timeline. I mean, if you want to give it a firm timeline, you give it till the new year. You go, all right, here's a month. A month to see if there can be some change. If Montreal can go well above 500 over the next month, in terms of just, like, not their actual result of what the record will be after, but the next game, say the next 15 games, Montreal's got to win 10 of them to say, okay, maybe we'll see what happens with this team for the rest of the year. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of Habs fans, if these changes are happening, they don't want that. They just want to blow it up. Like, how many in the chat right now just want to blow it up? Toffoli, trade. Sherrod, trade. Duran, trade. Maybe even Gallagher, Dvorak, trade. Kulak, trade. Jake Allen, trade. Who wants all of that? Who wants to blow it up? Chris Weidman, probably trade, yeah. I kind of made the video, guys. If you haven't yet, go watch the video. Look, I'll show you the video. If you haven't watched the video on the channel, go watch the video. Right here. You guys see that? Right here. 5 Montreal Canadiens moves. I'll make more videos like that on the Montreal Canadiens. Go watch the video on this YouTube channel. Go watch. I talk about some moves that I would like the Montreal Canadiens to make, or that they could make, a couple hot takes. If you want me to make another video like this, go watch this video and comment and tell me that. Alright? Go watch. Alright. Yeah, Alex, I would say Gallagher-wise, like, that would be a tough contract to trade anyways, but I'll ask a question in the chat right now. Yay or nay, do you think Brendan Gallagher could be the next captain of the Montreal Canadiens? Do you think it's a possibility, or do you think they wait it out? Who thinks there's the possibility that Brendan Gallagher becomes the next captain of the Montreal Canadiens? Because people have suggested that. I'm not saying that's what I think should happen. I'm just telling you what there's a lot of people that think that could happen or should happen. Or do you think you should trade him? Again, you're not getting many you're not getting many assets back unless you're retaining, or unless you're figuring something out with a bad contract coming back the other way. Like, that's what a Gallagher trade would look like. Either a bad contract coming back the other way with assets, no assets, and it's just a dump to another team, or you have to retain salary on that Gallagher contract, which would not be a smart move in my opinion. So A Gallagher trade, probably more unlikely than likely. I'll say that. There would have to be a certain structure on that trade to make it work for the other team. Well, Days, that trade's not happening. Montreal would not do that. They just wouldn't. I mean, it's not that bad of an offer, value-wise, but Montreal would not do that with a rival team. You'd have to blow them away. Geez, someone's suggesting Danny Briere for GM. What a hot take. But Danny Briere does have the connection with Jeff Gorton, right? That's a crazy hot take. What do you guys think about that? That's like, okay, that's such a hot take. Because Briere is French speaking, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Danny Briere can speak French. Imagine that. That's such a hot take, but... Danny Briere working with Jeff Gorton and management. That's wild. Is he in a coaching staff right now, or what is he doing? Does anyone know in the chat? What is Danny Briere? I thought he got offered an assistant coaching job, but I don't know if he's actually doing anything right now. Yeah, Briere does speak French, so that's interesting. Oh, the Sabres signed Mark Jankowski. I just saw that from Rochester. So yeah, Hartman 3-2 now in that game. What's up, Benita? All right, guys. We got 180 in the chat. I'll end the live stream in about 5 minutes. And for anyone that's missed it, guys, I recorded some of this live stream, so if you did miss some of this live stream, I'll post a video right after this live stream's over, just of the parts that you missed that maybe you want to watch back. I can post it as a video. As I said, I'll also be live tonight at around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll watch the Leafs Ducks, chat some hockey. Wait, what's going on here? I'll look at that after. Day says, hold the faith, guys. I do think they should look to bolster goaltending depth, though. Prepare for a future without Price. Okay. Joe says a GM is as good as the management talent and scouting they keep around them. Yeah, of course. I mean, I would say a GM could just be good, like a smart GM, but you're right. I mean, drafting-wise, if you don't have a good scouting department, it's not going to work out. Poor says, smart move by Montreal, but they have a long way to go. Will their coach get canned next? Yeah, I mean, I would say Ducharme... Yeah, I would say if they keep struggling the rest of the year and, like, they want the full reset, I could see Jeff Gorton or someone in hockey operations making the call. Really, LaRob? Wow, Tortorella. You want Tortorella. Charles says, let's be realistic here. Unless an English-speaking GM is fluently bilingual in French, the French media's heads will explode, as well as many of their... Okay. Gislin says, Bob Gainey was an Ontarian who speaks French. Claude Julien the same. There you go. Towards back to Vancouver. A lot of people have been making that take. I don't know. All right, I'll take a few more questions, then I'm going to be out. Wolf says, do you think it's possible that Montreal trades some of their older guys for draft picks and a rebuild to get Shane Wright and Connor Bedard? Yeah, well, so the chances of that happening are very slim, right? But, yeah, thank you for... Yeah, guys, please hit that like button. Yeah, I mean, well, the chances of that happening are very unlikely. But I do think Montreal is going to make a bunch of trades to get draft picks. I go check out my video on the channel. I suggested making a few trades that could get them as much as 2 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, just to add to their draft stock. But, yeah, they can also get a lot of prospects. Yeah, Lucas, I suggested trading Petrie. I suggested trading Petrie in the offseason. Like, just sell high on him. But some Habs fans weren't really on board with that. But, yeah, I mean, I would consider trading Petrie. But at the same time, you don't want to trade all of your, like, leadership group. So, I think trading one of Petrie or Gallagher could be smart. But trading both of them, I don't know how much of the reset they want to hit with this team. But... yeah, Bacon, probably. When I end this stream, probably something crazy is going to happen, yeah. But again, guys, I hope if you're in here, you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like. I hope to see you guys more. Yeah. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Last couple questions. Well, Gabby, you would definitely, contract-wise, you would definitely get more value for Petrie at this point, so... yeah, media can be wild and sometimes. Maybe, Gabby, that's true, maybe. How's it going, Andrew? Cedric, I've seen some people talk about that. Yeah, well, if I was Montreal, I mean, Toffoli hasn't been great this year, so his value went a little bit down, but I still think a lot of people know what Toffoli did in the playoffs last year. I think they can look at that and see the value, so I think they could get a decent amount for Toffoli. He's under contract, on a good contract, decent term, and good value. So, yeah, I think they could get a nice return for Toffoli. They might want to wait till the offseason to see if he can pick it up, get value higher, but maybe a team blows them away with an offer before the deadline. So, yeah, LaRob, value-wise, I would say Toffoli gets you the best value in there. So, yeah, if they're trying to hit a little bit of a reset, I would say Toffoli. I think Toffoli among those three gets you really good value. Hoffman is expensive, and he's kind of one-dimensional, but if a team needs a scorer, he could get moved. And then Duran, I mean, we've always talked about Duran trade rumors, but Toffoli would get you the best value, I think, in terms of what he did last year. And I think Sherrod actually could get you decent value. I know some people chirp Sherrod all the time, but his production this year, along with playing big minutes with Weber gone, Sherrod has proven to be a good top 4 guy, at least on the surface. So I would say Sherrod could get the Habs a couple pieces. Maybe not a first-round pick, but I could see like them getting if it's just Sherrod moving, I could see them getting like a second and a prospect. So we'll see. Yeah, Richard, that's possibly a thing. Yeah, I mean, I think Jake Allen could get moved for sure, too. I mean, Allen provides a lot of value, I think. So, we'll see what happens, guys. Go check out my recent video. I'll probably make another video on potential trades for Montreal, potential moves for Montreal. So, thank you so much. Again, if you missed the stream or missed a lot of the stream, I will be posting a video in the next hour, kind of like the parts of the stream that I feel like you should want to watch back, or if you missed it, then you can watch back. So, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. It's free. It supports the channel a lot. Let's keep going on the way to 50K. Thank you so much, Poor. Hit that like button always. Notification bell. It helps a lot. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Hot Take Hockey. I'll see you guys all soon. MARC BERGEVIN and the crew getting the boot. Jeff Gorton, VP of Hockey Ops. More changes to come for Montreal. Have a good one, guys. And I'll see you later for the live stream as well. I'll be live around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time for Leafs and Ducks. Have a good night.